YouTube algorithm doesn't exist anymore and nobody seems to talk about it. I mean, I just spent the last 3 weeks analyzing data from over 100 different channels that I have access to because of my venture capital, and I found 8 different things you must do or stop doing in 2026 if you want to get views and make money on YouTube. This is not just about YouTube adding more AI, but it's about YouTube becoming a completely different company than it used to be in 2025. But please understand that I've been posting here for the last 15 years, and just like absolutely every creator, I'm not happy about any of these new changes. But it is what it is. You have to adapt if you want to grow on YouTube in 2026, or you will be left behind. Alright, let's start with change number 1. So YouTube is using AI to delete channels that use AI, but their CEO said they're launching new AI so people can make videos with it. So which one is it? Does YouTube want us to use AI, or do they hate when we use AI? Well, I tested it myself. On one channel, I've made everything with AI. AI voice, AI script, AI visuals, and even AI thumbnails. At first, it was fine, but then eventually it got demonetized. Now, on my other channel, I do use AI, but not for everything. And because it's only 50% AI, I've been monetized for years and never had any problems. So I write scripts with AI, but I rewrite them a little bit to make them more human. I do the same with voice, and I try not to make videos look like complete spam. I mean, here are some real life examples. So this channel uses AI, but only for visuals, parts of the script, and everything else is human, editing and thumbnails, so it will stay monetized. While this channel was also using AI, but it was spamming the same style of videos 3 times a day with almost zero effort to edit anything, and of course, it got demonetized. And you see, all my faceless channels are fine and are printing thousands of dollars a day, while my personal brand channel with 100% authentic content has been completely removed. So all of that tells me that YouTube changed as a company and they're leaning more towards AI and faceless content. But they just don't want to look spammy, so you have to make sure that you use AI, but not for 100% of your faceless videos. Only use it for parts of the scripts and parts of the editing process, and maybe for the thumbnail. Change number 2 is that YouTube is now 5 different platforms in one. This is huge, and I think almost nobody gets this. I mean, when you upload a YouTube video, it doesn't go to YouTube. It actually goes to 5 separate feeds, and all of them have different rules. So first of all, we have the home feed algorithm, we have the suggested videos algorithm, the shorts feed algorithm, the search algorithm, and the browse TV algorithm. And you must pick one primary feed for your video. If you try to optimize for all of them, you will fail. But if your goal is to just get as many views as possible and make as much money from your videos, then you want to optimize for TV and browse. That's where people tend to spend the most amount of time watching videos, and they're also far more likely to purchase something. So if you're not optimizing your videos for home, then you're leaving a lot of money on the table. To make things easier, I built this free app called YouTube Feed Optimizer, where you can just insert your niche, video idea, and then you can select where you want to optimize these videos for. So if I want to optimize them for the homepage, then I can just select home right over here and then generate a feed strategy, and then it will give me exactly what I should make my videos about. You can find this inside of my free community. When you go to the classroom, just go to AI systems right over here, and then you'll see a bunch of free resources, including this free YouTube Feed Optimizer. Change number 3 is that YouTube isn't a video platform anymore. It's becoming a creator marketplace, and this is honestly one of the biggest changes that has happened over the last few years. You see, ad revenue is great. I mean, from 800,000 views, I made over $12,000, but that same month, from that same channel, I made over $60,000 in digital product sales. That's 5 times more money for the same amount of effort. So ad revenue is becoming less and less important, especially as they're now demonetizing channels randomly. So if you want to build a real business, you need to focus on what I like to call RPV, or revenue per view. And I've created this entire full guide that I'm going to list inside of that free community as well. It's a completely free guide. I talk about what actually is RPV. I'll show you some real life examples and why you no longer actually need to build a personal brand in order to succeed on YouTube, and how people are genuinely doing it with AI. Then I talk about finding something to sell and different platforms where you can find things to sell, and then also kinds of videos you can post. So that's in the free community. When you just click on a free guide to make more money on YouTube, it's going to be this one. Change number 4 is that brand new channels can go mega viral instantly. I mean, check this out. This YouTube channel over here started just 1 month ago, and their oldest video, the first video in the channel, got 3.8 million views, even though this is fully AI generated. This is not a real human. So you can technically compete with channels that have millions of subscribers, even if you have 0 subscribers, which is absolutely beautiful, but only if you know how to make that first killer video. So I've made this full step-by-step guide on how to actually make that killer video that blows up your YouTube channel. It is a completely free guide, again, also listed in the free community. It's It's called Free Guide to Make a Viral Video That Blows Up Your Channel. Just open it up. It is a Notion template and just follow this through to make the best possible first video on your channel so that you can blow it up even with 0 subscribers. So please don't waste your first few videos on something mediocre, because that's when YouTube will test you the most, and you want to make sure that those few videos perform well, or otherwise you're not gonna get a second chance. Change number 5 is that thumbnails are now being analyzed by AI. I mean, YouTube's AI literally looks at your thumbnails the same way it looks at your videos. It can detect fake faces, AI-generated faces, misleading text, and most importantly, reused templates. And this is the most important part that most people don't understand. So YouTube's AI can now detect if you're recreating the exact same thumbnail that someone else has on their channel, because they will classify you as low visual diversity. I mean, if you think about it, if they didn't have this AI in place and everyone had the exact same thumbnail, then YouTube would look like a complete mess. So in order to prevent that, they've put this thing in place. So now if you try to copy a competitor's thumbnail and it looks almost 90% the same, you will not be promoted. So always try to change something about your thumbnail. I have this folder with like different face expressions that I use on this channel. But you want to try out different angles, different text, different colors and styles. Change number 6 is the rise of AI influencers. There's more and more YouTube channels that no longer rely on recording themselves in front of the camera. There's a bunch of YouTube channels that are completely AI generated, like this guy over here is not real. This is an AI character, but he's selling different products, he's promoting affiliate links, and is getting lots of views. Here's another YouTube channel doing the exact same thing. Again, an AI character teaching different things. If you look closer, you'll see that he's not real. Another one over here, Luna. This is not a real person. It is an AI character. And another YouTube channel over here that I just talked about earlier. Again, completely AI generated. So I've recently added this full step-by-step training inside of my paid community online business club. It talks about AI influencers and how to actually build them correctly to make them hyper realistic. Also how to actually create hyper realistic AI voices, because that's the biggest problem that people have. They just go to a tool like 11 Labs and they generate a voice, but it sounds robotic. So I've made a full guide on how to actually make them hyper realistic with different documents that you need in order to achieve that. And more importantly, how to make them look hyper realistic, whether it's for short form or long form YouTube videos. Change number 7 is that YouTube has given every channel a secret signal that you can't really see, and I call it your risk signal. Think of it like a background check of your YouTube channel. The higher it is, the less YouTube trusts you, therefore the less views your channel gets. The lower the risk signal, the more YouTube trusts you and the more it promotes you. So how do you lower your risk signal? First of all, you can use an email that's been around for a while to create your YouTube channel. So you don't want to create a YouTube channel with a brand new email that you just made today. I mean, here's a good example. This guy has a YouTube channel made in 2007. This is a very aged account. Obviously, you don't need to go to that extreme. It's very hard to have a YouTube channel from 2007, but even if you have a YouTube channel or a Gmail account that was made 2 months ago, it's still better than something that was made today. Secondly, you want to create a channel trailer before you start posting. I mean, that's why I have this first video even on this channel that you're watching right now. It's like a short trailer. It doesn't really add much value to the viewer, but it first shows to YouTube that, hey, this is a real person. And if you have a faceless channel, then one of the best things you can do is just pull out a phone, record a very short trailer, like what are the things that you want to post in that channel, and you don't have to publish it if you don't want your face out there. You can just set it to unlisted and have it on the channel. YouTube's AI can detect whether the video is completely public or unlisted, because technically being unlisted is still public. It's just available to people with the link. So if you don't share the link to that video, no one is going to see it. But at least the algorithm, you're going to show like, hey, I'm a real human being. I'm not an AI pumping out spam. And lastly, I mean, you just don't want to act like a content farm, but you want to use that YouTube channel as a real human being. Go out there and engage with other channels, watch other videos, like, comment, just to show to YouTube that, all right, he's not just posting and disappearing, because that's how content farm works. A content farm technically just pumps out content without consuming anything else. Change number 8. You see, I personally made millions of dollars on YouTube over the last few years, but what I'm seeing more and more today is that you really can't win on YouTube alone anymore. Back in the day, you could just watch a few tutorials, figure it out on your own, and just post a few videos and it would work out. But in 2026, that's nearly impossible, because now you're technically like competing with AI creators, with faceless media companies, with full teams, automation systems, and people running 10 channels at once. And a random person trying to figure all of this out is extremely hard. You need to really know which formats are working right now, which thumbnails are getting flagged, which niches are still profitable, which monetization models actually work, which AI tools are actually safe to use, and which ones get you demonetized. And there's really no way to learn all of that just by watching random YouTube videos, because by the time that's available on YouTube, it's too late. The only people consistently winning now are inside private groups where they share real data, test together, and warn together about different things. So you can try finding those groups on Discord, on Facebook, on Reddit. There's a bunch of different communities. You can also join my community that I'm gonna link in the description box down below. This one is called Online Business Club, and this is where you actually get my one-on-one help. We've had people get incredible results with the community, even in the first 30 days of starting their YouTube channels. We're also helping out with brand deals, sponsorships, and all sorts of different things, and you can learn from others and how they've achieved their results. I also have over 60 hours of step-by-step video training. I've been building this since 2022, and I'm constantly adding new training programs. Again, even if they're not fully related to YouTube, they're still related to AI. And we also have coaching calls. You can ask me questions directly in the call. I can review your channel and all sorts of different things. But even if you don't join that community, again, there's lots of different free communities on Discord, on Telegram, on Facebook. Just find the right ones, and then you can interact with people and get warned in advance, because again, by the time you see someone talking about it on YouTube, it could be outdated. Either way, I hope you got some value, and I will see you in the next video.